Shalom, 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 Israel. Excuse me. This is your boy Joseph Israel, Jesus Justice League, and we are in the building. Today's topic: what have progressed? What has? See, we like to go and talk about these great leaders. We'd like to talk about what they did go so great. So let's just really break this down. What have they done that was so great besides preach? Hell, even the corrupt pastor can give a good ass sermon. Have you feel all hype. But when the men do that, what happens? People, for a second, they all have an uprightness for just a moment. Just a moment. How long does it? Because this uprightness don't last long. And then you sit back and look, you're like, what has the church movement really do? Was it more negative than positive, more positive than negative? Then you look and compare these leaders, each one to another. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, so on, so on, so on. Even, I'll just bring in, you know what? Matter of fact, I don't want to bring them in. But compare all these people together. The stature in America that they had. And when you add all of them together, basically, none of them did more than Martin Luther King. And then, even at that point, Martin Luther King movement was no longer his movement. Think about it. You know what I mean? And then we go to these so-called church fathers. We can go all the way back to the 60s. We can go all the way back to the 40s. Hell, matter of fact, we can go all the way back to the 1900s. And then we can take a view with our lenses to see what's going on. Only thing we had was men over the years, and now it's more perfected today. It's just men who gives great motivational speech. Because I want to know, what did the pastors, the bishops, or whoever back then in the early 1900s, like, what have they got right out of the Bible? Man, we didn't get this settled to the day about Christmas. Everybody thought Jeremiah 10:3, if I'm correct, was all about Christmas. The myth of man is reading the Bible and God and showing the one God eyes, showing the one that eyes God blinded. Excuse me. Now, you know what I'm saying? Jesus Justice League broke it down for you and let you know that was about the building up, how God built you up inside. What's inside you? You know what I mean? Yeah, and when have you known any of these people to break down words like I've been breaking down these words? Let's go all the way back to the 1900s, where we still stuck on walking on sea. Oh, he walked on water. Let's go back then. Who really figured that out back then? Let's go back to the early 1900s and then rock all the way back to, the 1960s or 70s. Take your choice. Because as you see on the screen, it says the Rubik's Cube effect. Excuse me. Because a whole lot of people like to twist. They like to twist and get it twisted. So let's go back to the word Jew. You heard the Israelite saying they are the Jews. You have these phony, false, lying ass synagogue Satan people saying they are the Jews. When in fact, Jesus Justice League already told you Jews ain't nothing but apostles. Yeah. Yeah, this where, learning increased from the 1900s on up to the day. But it's the Rubik's Cube effect. Niggas like a twitch. Yeah. So, I have to take another sip of my coffee. I get back and just think. I mean, all these great men, but still, these great men couldn't get y'all lazy ass to get up off your arm or off your shoulder to follow. So imagine if these men were that great in stature. So imagine how low a stake y'all were in stature. Y'all was in a low stake stature. If these men was in a high stature and y'all ain't follow these men, and today, what have these movements, what have speeches, what have any of this did for our people today? We still damaged. Because now, we're going to look into it. These men, high stature, man. You got your Marcus Garvey, you got your Farrakhan, you got your all this. If these men are so high stature, what have they really done besides give fair speeches? I'll wait. The same as other groups. What have they done? Which this is going to lead up into another thing that hit my mind last night. So I'm thinking I see, BET Awards. Don't get it twisted. I wasn't looking at it. Well, I did get a glance of it. But it was like you start to think. And this is going to revolve right into preaching. It's going to revolve right back to today's religion. Now, y'all know, as back in the days, your boy, you had your rude boys, you had your let me make sure I get it right. Well, put it like this: you had your Levert group. It's written all over your face, and all that stuff. Like, y'all see how I just did that? So innate to go running at the mouth singing the song because it sound good to me. Because it give me that type of feeling. So then you want to sing it, you want to repeat it. Might not be able to sing it like them. And then some out there, boys sing better than these singers on their own songs. But my difference is these so-called Farrakhan's, the Martin Luthers, the Malcolms, the Marcus Garveys, on down, whoever. Same thing, said fair speeches, said great words, and which was repeated and gossiped throughout our neighborhoods. But see, notice it's the same thing from top to bottom. Even the singers, even the actors, because we all love to repeat, you know what I'm saying, Scenes from like Boys in the Hood and Fridays and all that. See, that somehow is in man because they've been programmed, or when they became into this sin or into this device, this thought we have, which makes us want to repeat what the next person said, but what God say. You know what I mean? So basically my whole point is of the whole thing is that we sit, it'll be no different from gossip. Soon as you hear something, you got, you heard that. What's the difference? This device is feeling this type of vanity in us, which give us that joy. You know what I mean? Give us that joy, man. But still, at the end of the day, you can have all these different emotions. These men of high stature can give you all different emotions. At the end of the day, it all comes down to what the hell the village gonna do. And the village board, even like now today, you get more knowledge than you did back then. And you got the same slothful spirit as your forefathers had. Great people come along and God sent them. Oh, y'all glorify these people. Oh, we love to glorify people. But then the bottom line is what's in you. And this shows that our people have not the mentality to even progress. So what have progressed amongst the people? The vanity of words, the vanity of knowledge, and not really putting these two devices, these tools together to build. That's the main reason why we're here. The beaver builds a dam. He has that beaver has that ability, just like the other different animals have abilities to do certain things other animals can't. Just like the mongoose has the ability to have antivenom for the poisonous cobra. It is the mongoose, right? But anyway, this has become like no one has their own original tool or thought to really even motivate themselves. And if these men of high stature can't motivate you, what can? See, therefore, it takes a little adversity, a little pain to make man want to feel alive again, to make a man want to fight. Because long as we are comfortable, we comfortable in our filth. See, but the moment we're not comfortable, that's when people are ready to fight. But like I said, we got that slothfulness spirit on us from our forefathers. So it is what it is, man. And I see it all over our people. Still got that gossiping spirit on you. Still got the rumor spirit on you. Still got the backbiting rumor on you. All because it was in your bloodline anyway. You would like to say this is how I grew up, but no, it was already in your bloodline. You're a coward, you're a coward. It was already in your bloodline. You got men like me that ready to make something move, make something shake, And then you got these other people that really don't want nothing to change, want everything to stay stat quo. Why? Because they benefit. So what benefits the movement if they benefiting off themselves? Not much, right? But we like to go, ooh, Pastor gave you a good sermon. And are you doing something about it? Nope. But you repeating it though, huh? Yep. But are you doing something? Nope. Well then, Rubik's Cube effect. Niggas like to talk. Niggas like to twist. Like to talk. But then ain't gonna walk. Ish. That's the crazy part. And then, like, I'm looking at these men on YouTube. A lot of people on social media, just all over. It's not just one particular aspect of the spectrum of the social media. I'm just looking. They're praising this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. But if these guys were that powerful, why is not our people doing anything? Because we got niggas out there with the Rubik's Cube effect that like to twist-ish. That's what we got. You know, we talk about the Protestant churches and all that. Man, them ain't no damn churches, them dead buildings. We talk about these camp schools. Man, them just dead buildings. You know, come on in. Camps ain't doing no different from these churches. As a matter of fact, let me hurry up and get this out the way. You know what tripped me out? A lot of these people be bringing in people, even from the church and the campsite. A lot of y'all be bringing in these people. Y'all don't really know the spirit that be on these people. Let me tell you why I know that. Because as soon as they join, after a while, it's a doggone problem. And they end up leaving. Some might stay. I done seen so many faces change within these camps. Just over the 6, 7 years. 6. How long? It ain't been over 10 years though. But just this little time, me just watching everything on social media. I never was a social media buff, you know what I'm saying? I dealt outside. Man, this wasn't my thing. But all of a sudden it became my thing. Or is it still, or is it the thing I could do good? But everybody's opinion weighs different on the matter. But the thing is, you just look and you just see everybody is just repeating something that sounds good so they can be seen, whether it came from them or not. Now just imagine how many people were repeating the speeches and words of the Black Panthers, Malcolm, and such on people. Like it shows we do that with Martin Luther King. We do that with him, man. Yeah, but this is our people because it all goes back to like when you listen to music. You listen to music, you hear a melody, or you hear him hit a note, and in some way it affects you. That don't mean it affects you to make you better. It just affects one of your emotions, pull one of your strings out. Yeah, man, like it's crazy. You got to really think about these things and take these things in. Like, if these men are men of great stature, why they had us still quoting scriptures from the Bible that they couldn't quite figure out. That's the question you got to ask yourself. Man, I hope the audio is okay. Huh. Okay, well, anyway, Israel, like, I got more I want to say, but I'll just wait for later on and do it in my next teaching or my next live, basically. This is just coming from off the top of the dome, from the head, things that I think about, things that I try to find solutions to. Because what good is the mind if you can't find a solution to the problems in your life? Therefore, wisdom is no good. And it's amazing how many people up there talking about wisdom. Now that people know what wisdom is through Jesus Justice League, and that's where you first heard it broke down. Jesus Justice League. As you seen Ephesians 6:2. A lot of scriptures came from Jesus Justice League. But then, just because these men think I'm less than them, they feel like, we don't care what he say. He ain't nobody. See, there's man trying to rule over another man's future. If I wasn't all that, then y'all wouldn't even repeat my work. If I wasn't correct, nobody would be repeating my work. I'll be self-esteem. I'll be self-deemed just like the rest of these, what can I say, fakers. Just money shakers. Fakers and money shakers. That's basically what we dealing with. People like to sound like they all for their people. They, boy, I be listening to people. They sound good, but I see the crook behind the voice. I see the plan. I see the plot, the twist with the Rubik's Cube effect. Because niggas like the twist-ish. So, with that said, this is your boy Joseph Israel of Jesus Justice League, and we are out the building. Peace, y'all.